So in this video we will learn how to factor trinomials when they are in the form of x squared plus bx plus c. Let's say we have one example which is x squared plus 7x plus 12. After a few trial and error, you will receive the answer in the form of this. But what goes in these parentheses? Well, first we need to focus on the first term, x squared. We need two numbers over here and here that we get x squared. Well, x times x, that is x squared. So over here will be x and x. And you can see all the terms are in positive, so we will put positive. But what about the numbers over here? Well, we take a look at the last number, 12. We need two numbers that we multiply and we get 12, and when we add them we get 7. So the numbers can be, let's say, 6 times 2, that is 12, but when we add them, 6 plus 2, we get 8. So that is incorrect for us. Let's take a look at number 3 times 4, we get 12. 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. So the answer will be x plus 4 or x plus 3. Let's take a look at one more example. We have x squared plus 12x plus 20. Again, we know the answer will be in the form of this, x plus something times x plus something, because everything is positive and x times x is x squared. So we'll take a look at the last number, 20. What two numbers that we multiply we get 20, and when we add we get 12? Well, you can think 5 times 4, that is 20, but when we add them we get 9. So how about, let's say, 10 times 2, that is 20, and 10 plus 2, that is 12. So the number will be 10 and 2. Okay, let's take a look at one more example. After that we will look at different signs, negative signs. So we have x squared plus 11x plus 10. Again, we know the answer is in the form of this. Everything is positive, x and x becomes x squared. So what are the two numbers that we multiply and we get 10? Well, that can be 5 times 2, that is 10, but when we add them we get 7. So how about 10 times 1 is 10, 10 plus 1 is 11. So the answer will be x plus 10 and x plus 1. Okay, now how about when we have a negative sign in the front? We have x squared minus 8x plus 15. How do we sign this? So I'll tell you a secret. When you look at the second term, what is the second term here? 8x, first is x squared, then 8x, then 15. Look at the sign with 8x, the second term. There is a negative sign. If there is a negative sign over here, that means the answer will be in the form of this, x minus times x minus. Everything will be negative. That is the easiest way to solve this. Now you just need to think of two numbers that we multiply, we get 15. Just think of those two numbers. Don't worry about the signs. One is 5, one is 3. And you add or subtract them, what do you get? We get 8. So the both signs will be negative. X minus 5, x minus 3. This is a little pattern. If the second term is negative, the whole factor will be negative. I'll show you one more example. We have x squared minus 9x plus 14. Again, as I said, the sign will be negative. Now we just need to find two numbers. Well, to get 14, we can have negative 7 times negative 2. We get positive 14, right? Because negative sign times negative, we get plus. And negative sign plus negative 2, we get negative 9. So the answer will be x minus 7, x minus 2. And I will solve this using the FOIL method to show you. So when both the x multiply, we get x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. Negative 7 times x, we get negative 7x. Negative 7 times negative 2, we get positive 14. So if we simplify, we get same answer like this one. Okay, so remember, when the second term over here 9x or 8x, they are negative, that means the whole thing will be negative. Okay, so don't forget that. But how about when the last term is negative? Okay, let's say we have x squared plus 2x minus 8. When this happens, then the two numbers that we take as factors for 8, such as let's say 4 and 2, because 4 times 2 is 8 and 4 minus 2 is 2, the middle term. As you can clearly see, the smaller number of the factors, what are the factors? 4 and 2, the smaller will be negative over here. That means the answer will be x plus 4, x minus 2. Okay, the smaller number will be negative. I'll show you one more example. We have x squared plus 5x minus 6. So think of two numbers that are factors of 6. Okay, you can think of 2 times 3, right? But when we have 2 times 3, surely we get 6, but we need a negative 6. If any number is negative, so how do we get 2 minus 3? It cannot be 5, right? That is not correct. So the other two numbers are 6 and 1. We get 6 over here, and when we multiply, when we subtract 6 minus 1, we get 5. So you can clearly see the smaller number of the factors, 6 and 1, then smaller number will be negative. So x plus 6 and x minus 1. Again, you can use the FOIL method, and this is the answer you will get for both of them. Let's take a look at one last example using this, where the last term is negative. We have x squared plus 10x minus 24. Again, the last term is negative, so the bigger number, the bigger factor will be positive and the smaller one will be negative. So you can think of 6 times 4, but when you subtract 6 minus 4, because 4 is the smaller number, that's why it has the negative sign, we get 2. But how about 10 times negative 2? We get negative 24, and 12. 12 times negative 2, and we have 12 minus 2, we get 10. So the answer will be, the bigger number is positive, smaller is negative. Okay, but how about when both the numbers are negative? Then what do you do? Well, then the bigger number becomes negative and the smaller number becomes positive. We have x squared minus 3x minus 10. So the bigger number will be negative and the positive number will be the smaller one. So we need two numbers that we multiply, we get negative 10. Well, you can think of negative 5 times negative 2. Okay, that gives us positive 10. We don't need that, we need a negative 10. So for that, if we multiply negative 5 with positive 2, then we get negative 10. And we have the sum, negative 5 plus 2, we get negative 3. So x minus 5, x plus 2, this will be the answer. Okay, so let's take a look at one more example. We have a squared minus 5a minus 24. Again, the bigger number will be negative and the smaller number will be positive. So we can have 6 times 4, that's 24, but 6 like this, it will be negative 2. Again, the bigger number is negative. This is not the factors we are looking for. We can take a look at 8 and 3. So let's say negative 8 times 3, we get negative 24, which is correct. And negative 8 plus 3, we get negative 5. So this is our answer. So x minus 8, x plus 3. So just remember, when the last term is negative, the bigger number is positive and the smaller number is negative. But when both are negative, like this one, the bigger number 8 is big, right? That becomes negative, and 3 is smaller, that becomes negative. So positive. So let's take a look at one last example. We have y to the power 4 minus 2y square minus 35. So again, both the numbers are negative, just like this problem. That means the bigger number will be negative and the smaller number will be positive. But we have y to the power 4. Again, we need two numbers over here, or two variables, that we get this. So in order to get y to the power 4, we will multiply with y square. This is minus, and y square, this is plus. Now we can find the number that the product is negative 35. Okay, we can think of, there's only two numbers actually after 35 and 1, which is 5 and 7. And what is bigger? 7. So 7 will be negative, 5 will be positive. So we get negative 2, which is the middle number. And when we multiply these two, we get negative 35. So this will be y square minus 7y square plus 5. And this is answer for this one.